Welcome back to Easy Dispel, where the name is Easy Dispel. We do it wrong anyways. I'm your Dungeon Master, Andrew, and joining me tonight are our fabulous heroes, starting with...
Hi, I'm Will, and I play Dominique.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Angèle.
Hey, I'm Mike, and I play Sai.
I'm Lucy, and I play Yosha.
And I'm rounding out the end as Averin. I'm David, not Averin. Yep.
The player and character become one. We don't have any sponsors or anything. Does anybody have any announcements they'd like to make tonight? Anything they want to bring up? I think the only one I know is that we are taking a break next week. We are doing I'm going to call it a company retreat to work on some background projects that we've got going on, some team building exercises, things like that. I'm sure we're going to do a lot of trust falls. Unfortunately, we are going to be off next week, but we will be back the week after at our usual time. Let's see what I had something else I was going to say.
Make sure to follow us on all the socials. That's it, really.
Yes.
We're
Easy
pretty
spell.
dang funny
If
on
you're
Twitter.
here, you know how to spell it. Yes, we've got a new social media manager that's really kicking things off from where they were at in campaign 1.
Yeah,
So,
fuck me then. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck
Yeah.
you, David.
Said.
Yeah.
I was trying to be professional about it, but so thank you, Lucy, for all the work you've been putting in and keeping us all on the ball with helping and putting content out.
It's been really fun.
It's been really fun to watch. Turns out Easy Dispel is capable of some really good stuff. So if you're here, you already know how it's spelled. Easy Dispel with 2 L's. That is our tag on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Am I missing anything?
And Instagram.
We have an Instagram?
Yeah.
We have an Instagram.
Jesus, go follow it.
Okay, I will. Not right now. That's as soon as the show is over. But you watching should. It'd be great.
And you should
Following up.
definitely tell, if you're in here right now, you should take 10 seconds, be like, hey, come check this out. Look at these idiots playing games. What the hell? It'd be awesome. We'd appreciate it.
Eventually going to hit a level that we can get through without just making fun of ourselves every step of the way.
No.
No, let's
Nah.
just keep
It's
doing
our
that.
motif.
Yeah, it really is it's our theme.
We also want to call
Um,
out Rep RPG because they're really awesome and super supportive, and we love them.
We're calling
Yes.
them out.
Yeah,
them out.
for being
we like them.
awesome.
We're not calling.
We're
Oh,
calling
okay.
them out.
Fight us,
Let's go.
Fight us,
Being
Rep
awesome.
RPG, which I am trying to talk a few of their cast members to come join us, which hopefully we see after we get back from our break. Mike, you got your Twitch channel, Forgiven Truth, here on Twitch as well. Go ahead and give yourself a shout out.
Shout out Forgiven Truth. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go.
I like them.
We have started doing Squad Thursdays on the Easy Dispel channel, which I think some of the viewers have already come and seen. I know the Crafting Bunny, you were here on Thursday, hanging out for at least a little bit. We're going to keep that going, and
Y'all are pretty fun.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
Let's play.
In that
Aw.
case, we last left off with the party completing a just simple delivery job, encountering, minor undead threats that could potentially threaten the city with the disappearance of many important magical peoples. Learned some information from Averin's knowledge and his origins. A little bit from Balin Halfhand, where you expedited the disposal of the most horrific magical armament ever to have been created. But really, the truth is in who holds the weapon. Because it was just a nice toy that I had made. And
Yeah, it was
It
a
got
toy.
broken.
Oh,
just ruined. You made your way back to the Sparrow's Nest to meet your current sponsor, host within the city, as you all get your feet under you in the city of Avarice, the last city of the mortal races. And he offered you a job as you delivered knowledge of the undead threat to him. He offered to let you operate under his license within the city, as you all described it, as enforcers. A little less official of a title than that. More private investigators to this undead threat. He offered a bounty. And you all took the chance to discuss amongst yourselves and rest before answering him. We are going to come to, in the wee hours of the morning after, as you all begin to wake up, all in your still shared room at the Sparrow's Nest. As you all, one by one, wake refreshed and can discuss amongst yourselves this morning. If there's any particular order you'd like to wake up, or if one of you would like to discuss directly with one other person, feel free to say so. This is your time.
I'd like to wake up first if nobody else wants to.
I would say Averin never made it back to the room.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna quietly sneak out, not waking up Lady Featherweight. And then I'm gonna go to the kitchen and grab a stool, and then I'm gonna just drag it across the floor to wherever Averin is to sit down and... Hey, Averin.
His eyes light up, turns over while he's still on the table, chest open. Hello.
What do you think about this enforcer thing?
I want to step in really quickly to set the scene for Lucy, because as you walk into the workshop where you last saw Averin, he is spread out on a workshop table. His chest cavity is open with a number of components and robotic bits. And David, correct me if I'm wrong here, Averin has a large crystal set in his chest cavity that seems to be powering a matching color to how his eyes light up in some of the magics you've seen him wield. And he is just on the table with his head turned towards you. Very much like robotic open heart surgery is what you've walked in on.
Well, I pick up whatever I see in front of me and just kind of mess with it while I talk to him. I'm like, oh,
Please
wait, are you in...
I need that.
Okay. All right, I put it down. I'm like, are you in the middle of an upgrade?
Slightly. I am finishing, but unfortunately I did have to go into stasis until I was finished.
Oh, am I interrupting stasis?
No.
Okay.
Spark.
Bark. I was looking at something. I forgot that was me for a second.
Bark.
Can we finish, or help me finish these last couple pieces here so I can get back to making breakfast?
Bark. He stands up on his hind legs, straightens out, and the wings that he has when he's in attack mode kind of extend a little bit to lift him onto the table that you're on. His ears, which are leather, whip around his face in interlock, and the lights of his eyes begin to glow through. His nose opens up, and there's a little arcing spark welder as he leans in and just begins finishing repairs and construction within your chest.
Fortunately, I've finished my upgrades, but there are still a few issues to attend to. But
I give Spark a little scratch on his bottom. Scratch.
Bark. Leg starts kicking a little bit. Averin, you feel a tingle as some wires that should not be connected are crossed.
oh, ouch!
Sparky sits up and closes the chest cavity. Bark. Arr.
Good Spark.
Bark.
And then he gets up and have you rethought about the chicken?
Don't touch my chicken.
I understand.
Okay. Are you able to hear? Are you able to keep people from hearing? Are you able to, like, detect when somebody's trying to listen in?
I mean, I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Okay.
I mean, typically they can respond
Hmm.
if they hear something, such as communication goes.
Okay.
Okay. Then he walks away.
I give.
Goes and starts making breakfast.
Okay.
Someone walks out of the room, just like bare chested, like he's probably in his underwear still. Walks out all bleary eyed, rubs his eyes, and doesn't say anything to anybody, and walks to the fridge looking for some variety of alcohol, a beer preferably.
I'm gonna say easy enough to find. Yeah, that's the bottom shelf of the refrigerating unit in
Yeah.
Sparrow's nest. It has just
Pulls
kind
it
of
out.
an array.
Pulls it out, cracks it open, looks over at Averin. Avi, you got a wire hanging on you right there. And points down to his leg, pulls on it, and then turns around and immediately goes back to the room.
Where did that one come from? Just kind of tucks it back in for
Bark,
later.
bark.
As soon as Yosta would have left the room, Sai has actually been awake, and he was just waiting for somebody to leave. As soon as she left, he's going to get up and try to find some sort of like corn or bird feed or something and just kind of lay it on the pillow to try to keep the chicken quiet and let the chicken eat.
There is, we'll say, you kind of poking around in the storeroom next to the bunks. You find just a barrel of like millet, which isn't, like, birds don't necessarily enjoy a whole lot, but should keep Lady Featherweight satisfied.
I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it on the bed and then pet the chicken a little bit and be like, all right, stay quiet. And I'm going to head out and try to sneak out with anybody seeing so that I can go do my morning ritual of
Okay.
meditation, push-ups, and all that stuff.
Let's see if anybody's passive perception is higher than what your stealth is going to be.
22.
I don't think
Oh
anybody's
yeah, I
passive
see that. No
perception is
problem.
higher than that.
No problem.
Plain as day.
So yeah, I'll just go out and kind of find a spot for myself and meditate, do some push-ups, do my normal routine.
Easy enough. Just a question for Sai. Did you dream last night?
I dream frequently. Sure,
You
we'll
know
say
exactly
I did.
what I'm asking
Yeah,
you. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, we'll say I did. With everything that happened, I'll say we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't play coy with me, you fuck.
I mean, yes, I do have dreams.
Okay. Really just leaves Angel.
Angel is like drooling onto the pillow as she looks up at Doman as he comes back with the beer. And she goes, "Is there some tomato juice to go with that?"
Couldn't find any, and I slapped the beer down on the nightstand next to her. There you go, and passed back down right next to her.
Clunk. She chugs it.
So when are we getting up? We should probably go talk to Sparrow about this.
Do we want to talk to the others first? Come to see who is all on board first?
We could. They're all out there.
All right. Let's. I guess let's do it.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes pass by. Let's see. Enough time has probably gone for Sai to have finished his morning workout, for Averin to have completed breakfast. Lady Featherweight seems to be pretty distracted by the millet left on the bed. You all convene over breakfast. There's some noise coming from upstairs. Sparrow moving around, seemingly working on a project. He's not come downstairs yet. But eating in the storefront that makes the Sparrow's nest.
Doman, Angel,
Mm-hmm.
Ezra.
I have made some modifications to your sand skimmer. They
Sort of
include,
modifications.
well, first and foremost, some safety features.
Oh, but by safety features, what do you mean? Because if this means it's
Seat
going to go
belts.
slower, you need to change it back.
No, it will not go slower.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Well, first and foremost, some safety features. Seat belts being one. Second, I have increased the durability of your sand skimmer. So, meaning that you have less. Wow, I'm like drawing blanks off of blanks right now.
It's fine. It's a theme. It's a theme with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, mainly meaning that you have longer durations between repairs.
So she can bait it up more, is what you're telling me.
Preferably not, but if that is what you wish,
It's the alternative to making it go slower, I think.
it does not go slower.
Right?
Good. If it did, we would have problems.
Well, maybe next time I could make it go faster, but well,
Really?
we also need to talk about payment. There are some supplies that were used, as well as time and effort.
Oh yes, but you offered for this. You did not say anything about payment.
Well, I asked and you agreed. Here, let me play it back for you.
And now, if you want to get in there and chip away at it when we got some downtime,
Later.
I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory.
Yes, I do not have a problem with you chipping away at it. It's not. I want you to work on this for me, and I will pay you.
Isn't
is
that
not
how?
the same thing?
So you
You're
just
wanting compensation, Avi?
no. I'm sure Sparrow might because it was his supplies.
I'll let him ask then.
I can always remove them.
Sure. We can talk. If you're looking for money, we can give you some money.
I have no
If
use.
Sparrow wants some money for his supplies, then maybe we mention that next time.
I will keep that in mind.
Thank you. We need to pay you for breakfast too?
I believe Sparrow said that was included.
We need to pay you for the conversation since we're here?
I am sensing that you are a little irritated.
I'm just
Maybe I'll
fucking
go
with you
take my
too, man.
leave.
Speaking of which, where is Little Bird Brain?
Sounds like he's upstairs.
I believe he.
Then yeah, you do hear noises. There's some banging away. It sounds as though Sparrow's working on something. It just has not joined you this morning.
Well, before he comes down, do we want to talk about this enforcer business?
Sure.
Yeah.
What are y'all thinking?
I'm excited about it.
For Domin and it good. It works well for us.
A little
To
extra.
learn about the slums and stuff. Fight
Little-
some zombies.
A little extra cash never hurts.
Oh yeah, that too.
Avi? Are you in or you out?
I'm an autonomous being. I will do whatever I am told.
Ooh, okay.
Yosta, no. Let's.
No,
I need
but
my
I
chicken armor.
Although I will
that-
say,
Armor made
I
from
do-
chickens?
No, for my chicken. My chicken
Oh,
is
yeah,
very
that
vulnerable.
makes more sense. Yeah. Armor for the chicken.
well, the problem with crafting armor for a chicken is chickens aren't strong.
Okay.
You put metal on a chicken, they will not be able to move, and therefore become a very easy target.
What if they have like a little pendant that has like shield enchanted with it, and every time something hits my chicken, like Domin's shoe or something, it just. Is that possible?
I'm not going to say it's impossible,
Okay.
but typically you have to react to use such an item. It doesn't just work.
If you can figure it out, give me one as well.
I think we could all use one.
I believe that one will cost money.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one will. Yeah.
Just want to
That's
clear
right.
that
Okay.
up. Wouldn't want that same conversation to come up again.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to say yes to this deal because I want more money and I want to fight zombies and, pester you guys. It seems to be really fun.
Everyone needs a
Sounds-
hobby.
Sounds like we all in agreement. What's our name?
Oh, God.
We got to figure that out before we sign the contract, don't we?
Yeah. What about the people's keeper?
We are not slave drivers.
We don't have to go. They don't have to know us by that, but on the paperwork, we can just go by TPK.
You ever heard of an omen, Sai? That's a bad one.
What about Sparrow's wing?
Now
We are pretty
that
much
one
bound
sounds
to
better.
Sparrow.
From the stairs, you hear a voice. Just to clarify for you folk, you can change the name later if you're willing to start working. And Sparrow is hopping down one stair after the next. You can change it later. You can come up with a placeholder, or if something changes, you're not really locked in. It's just like any of these companies rebranding themselves.
Why don't we just do the A team? Because then we would be
I
first
will
in
say-
the books.
Right, the A team is actually taken. That one, there is another functionary group that operates within the, mostly within the slums. Actually, they're a little bit of a legend. Nobody's actually been able to prove their existence.
I haven't even heard of them. It's true.
They operate behind the scenes in the shadows.
Can we clarify for our audience that Sparrow is an owl?
Yes, he is an owlin, an owl person. He has the heart-shaped face of a barn owl, white fur feathers on his face with black feathers, all into his regular blue themed clothing, generally a three-piece suit. Very similar color scheme. He stands about 2.5 feet tall, which is
He's
why he was
basically
hopping
adorable.
down the stairs one at a time.
No, as thrown in just a third option, we were talking about how odd it is that we all met up when we did. At least you and I were, Sai. What about something to the effect of a company of convenience,
Ooh,
a COC?
I like it.
I do like that.
Just the top of my head.
That sounds
Just right.
was
Just
a
right there.
ring to
Cock.
it, for sure.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yes, perfect, and we have the perfect mascot already.
Lady
Oh, I
Featherweight,
can't-
that's what you're talking about.
No, I was referring to you.
Wasn't going to
Yeah.
volunteer.
I hold her up. Yes, aren't you sweet? So,
So
Yeah,
to
that's
that
a,
end,
that's a
Sparrow,
good start.
yeah.
Let's be the
Right.
cooks.
we can rebrand from there if we need to.
So we'll
Jesus.
I've actually got just a boilerplate agreement for you then. If you're going to sign as the COC, the cock, or what was the actual acronym for? What was the?
Company of convenience.
There you go, a company of convenience. if that's how you'd like to sign on, I've got the paperwork ready. You're not obligated by any means. It just kind of gives you the legal authority to operate under my own licenses. Trying to get in too much trouble, like I said, don't bring it back to my doorstep. If you overstep while operating under my license, it is my license that comes into question. It's easy enough to get a new one. I've had about 4 in the past. It's just a little bit more hassle than I'd want. He puts down a small stack of papers in front of you and he goes, I'll just need each of you to sign it. And he sets in front of you a quill and a little pot of ink next to it.
Angel reaches over first and she signs her name extremely large, like full-on John Hancock style.
John Hancock's it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Styles
she's
in.
gonna sign next.
Everybody, does anybody not sign? We'll just do that.
Dumbin takes it last, and he holds it up, and he makes a motion like he's adjusting his spectacles. I was, now let's see, here and mention after the... who am I kidding? I'm going to sign it. And then just immediately signs it without reading.
Okay. Does anybody take the time to read it thoroughly? Everin, make an investigation check.
Not terrible, not good.
Can't you just take a
15.
picture of it?
Huh? It seems pretty boilerplate. This is less about being able to read it through. Boilerplate just is like a generic, just general. There's not a bunch of fluff added. The investigation check is not so much to be able to read through it, but deciphering the legalese in the fine print. Nothing seems out of place with a 15. Everyone signs. Sparrow taps the papers, kind of straightening them all up. He goes, all right. So we haven't much to go on. If the lot of you have any ideas, you're welcome to pursue them. But it sounds like the majority of these disappearances are coming from well-to-do folks in the core district. If you care for any contacts, I've got a friend that works with the Vigilant Watch here on the terrace. I also have a contact who's a shop owner in the core district if you need contacts. But we've very little to go on other than the fact that you encountered one of these missing people as some form of undead and a mysterious figure seemingly watching over. My contact in the Vigilant Watch is Salaman Ver. And in the core district, Victorine Lastmorn. And I will send you those on Discord. It's a little magical chat service that I use with my employees.
I want
And
to go
just for
shopping.
clarification, because I'm new here, the Vigilant Watch is the peacekeeping organization.
They're the peacekeepers, at least in the terrace tier. Yeah, they're located primarily in the military district for barracking and training. But yeah, they're the guards and soldiers you'll see about.
All right.
I want to go
And
shopping.
your other contact, Vic, whoever it was, she's a shopkeeper. They're a shopkeeper.
He is publicly facing a shopkeeper. She operates as a go-getter, if you will. She's an old friend. Really, if you need anything, she's the one to go to.
She's a fixer.
She's a fixer, yeah.
Okay.
Beyond that, I don't really have much more. Though I will say, and she looks pointedly at Domin and then Angel, is if you're ever trying to get information in the city and you're having trouble throwing weight around, the Colosseum. They hold monthly tournaments, both solo and group, that help you build up a little bit of wealth and a little bit of reputation if you win.
Cockfights.
Over having... Sorry, what was that?
Yes,
Cockfights.
the COC does fight.
If the cock fights, then a little bit of money, but a little bit of weight behind your names and your reputation. There's a number of champions that have won numerous tournaments that have made their way higher in the Spire. It might be something worth looking into, especially if you ever run into a dead end.
Definitely sounds like my kind of way to get some name under you.
Just depends on what you want to be known for.
What's the name under you? Sorry.
Okay.
I have a little bit of work to be done beyond just managing the shop. Averin, I think it's safe to say that you're fired, but you're always welcome to use the shop. I think it's just better not to split your focuses. Essentially, nothing's going to change. Just I won't be paying you anymore directly for working in the shop.
Oh.
We
That is
consider it a
unfortunate.
reassignment then?
I mean, you're welcome to still work in the shop. I'm just, I need reliable employment, and if you're going to be running off with the cocks, then, I can't really count on you to be here, right?
I'm considered unreliable.
How many hours can you commit to putting in today?
Well,
See?
that depends. When are we leaving?
No, that's...
Now, and I walk out the door.
Oh, as soon as
When
we
are we
finish up
coming
this
back?
conversation.
I don't think we know,
CCP?
Averin.
Perhaps that is undetermined.
I'm going to say, if you
that's
put
the
me in
point,
as a reference for future employment, you're going to get a glowing remark. I'm just saying, with your current arrangement, you can't really commit to specific hours.
You've been
so-
promoted to commission, Abby.
As a standard hourly employee, I can't really count on you to be here at certain times of the day. That's all I'm saying. It's nothing against you. You're doing bigger things with your life, Abby.
So you'll give me a glowing recommendation, but yet you fire me.
Well, Doman put it better. You've been promoted to commission.
Ah.
You're
so I am
still
not
operating
fired?
under my license. You're no longer working in the shop full time.
I see.
You're moving. The company's moving in a different direction.
Promoted, not fired.
So now I work on a contract basis versus an hourly wage.
Exactly, a promotion.
I wouldn't see that as a promotion.
Right. Well, I've got work to do. Sparrow turns around, pulls out a rag, and starts going through some of the shelves, cleaning up dust and stuff. Singing softly to himself, louder if Averin tries to say anything else to him.
Well, okay. He turns around and heads towards the sand skimmer and just makes sure that everything's as top notch as he can get it. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done, such as himself.
Just in the hour or two of maintenance you might have put in the night before, along with some of the upgrades, is enough to get it running top shape. With your skill set, I'm not even going to make you roll for just maintenance on the skimmer. It's just you can easily get it running at peak performance, assuming nothing catastrophic happens.
Okay, fair enough.
Speaking of that, I'd love to test this baby out.
I'm
Oh.
sitting on the back playing my bagpipes.
Where are we headed?
That's a good question. I just wanted to drive.
Could head
We can
into
do that
town.
too.
Let's go shopping.
I would suggest the
Because he
core
went-
district.
That's. Yeah, I was hoping to narrow it down. You know what? Let's go.
Let's go see Victorine.
All right, let's do it. Jump in.
And I'm like,
I see
playing
this
a- ballad.
Seatbelt contraption and do not buckle.
All right. Does anybody else not buckle in on the seatbelt?
Who's driving?
Definitely.
Me.
Ange.
I immediately buckle as soon as we get in.
I think I'm just used to it at this point, and I just grab the oh shit handles.
I don't think
Yes.
I buckled.
Averin, do you buckle?
Yes.
Okay, so Sai and Averin buckle. Let's get a driving
It must be
check.
the two that are up front with me, and then the other two are in the back.
Let's get a driving check from Angel.
Woo! This is this my dexterity or what is this?
Oh, bardic inspiration.
So, yeah, dexterity plus your so dexterity bonus plus your proficiency bonus plus your d20 plus a d6 from inspiration.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. Because I rolled a 4, so that makes it a 12.
Okay. That's including the d6 and everything?
Yeah.
Ow.
It just doesn't run the same.
It picks up speed, cleaner, more so faster than you're used to, and you get it under control pretty quickly. But you're still like it's you. You're gunning it. You're racing. You've used some of the height adjustments so that you're cruising over the general populace. You see, as you proceed closer to the core district, there's a little bit more business people moving around in the day. You're leaving kind of a wake as you blast past. People's hats are getting knocked off. Goods are kind of getting blown around. There's one cart that, as you round a corner really quickly, some of just the inertia blasts into somebody, and you see a cart tip over. A middle-aged human man lets out a cry, "My cabbages!" as you blast by. In the thrill of this clean running skimmer, you're not really paying attention to signs. Everything you've seen so far has been advertisements and just junk. You're on the road. This is your groove, and you get into that groove when anybody who's in the back notices some flashing blue and red lights as a smaller vehicle at the same height is just trying to keep up with you guys. A member of the Vigilant Watch.
Are
Do
we
they
in the
have
core district now?
sirens?
There are sirens. They are a little bit back from you, trying to catch up, and so it's
How's
just
your
a really
vehicle?
faint. "Ee-oo, ee-oo."
I'm just trying to drown them out with my bagpipes.
I believe we are attempting to be hailed.
Are we in the core
Rest.
district now, or are we still in the slums?
You're out of the slums. You're making your way through the common ward still. So
Okay.
This is
we've
the
gotten
kind
a
of
little bit
Sparrow.
nicer.
I was gonna say this is the kind of stuff Sparrow told us not to do.
Hailed? What do you mean?
Well, he
My
said
next
not to get in
question.
trouble.
Angel,
What's
as you
wrong with
realize that
India?
you're being pursued, is drawn to your attention. Do you stop, or do you try to escape?
Okay, but here's the question. Angela spent her entire life out in the wastes. Would she know what a cop is? Do they
gonna
have
say
cops out
yes.
in the waste?
We're gonna
Okay.
not
Okay.
necessarily, but like with the conversation, with context, Angela is intelligent enough to piece together that.
Okay.
Oh no.
Angela's totally gonna try and get away with it. She's
Okay,
gonna,
before
sneak
you
off
make a
into
roll
some
here,
alley.
we're gonna just say, especially for Dahlman, do any of you do anything to assist her here?
Nope.
Well, we don't-
Yes. But what?
Am I
is the
still
question?
blessed too?
You weren't blessed. You had Bardic Inspiration, which is a
Bardic
one
inspiration.
use.
Okay, yeah.
Does their vehicle have a windshield to it?
Yes, like a small like wind visor that comes up. They're on more of a motorcycle version. It's more of a speeder bike from Star Wars. The similar
Okay.
gems powering it and keeping it aloft. And they are slowly
They're-
gaining. It is a faster vehicle, but
And are they wearing a helmet?
yes, they are wearing a helmet.
Okay.
This is like
and
a
I-
knight, like full plate armor, like buckled down. They've got a sash that the VGA and
I'm gonna
polished
try and
silver
wait.
armor.
I'm gonna try and wait until they're within like 10 feet, and then I'm gonna press to digitate dirt all over their visor, so that just blinds them.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Averin just says louder, I believe they are attempting to stop us.
Hey,
As
Angel.
As Angel is coming around a corner to get away from them, she's gonna throw up, use mold earth to throw up a wall behind her.
Jesus Christ.
What level spell is Mold Earth?
That's a wonderful question because I don't know how to add it on because that's my voice.
Oh, okay. Let me do this really quick.
If you go into features and traits, you should be able to see voice down at the very bottom.
I'm continuing to play the bagpipes throughout this entire chase.
Nope. I do not see it.
Did you ever add it?
No, I didn't because I didn't know how. Because it's not something that a paladin has.
Right. It was a thing that he did.
Yeah, if you go to manage features and traits, you should be able to add voice as a feat, and it should allow you to select a spell from that spell list. I'm looking at Mold Earth. 5-foot cube. You know what? I'm going to use that to adjust the DC here. So go ahead and roll. This is going to be another vehicle check. So
Okay.
dexterity plus proficiency. At advantage because your assistance from Doman. He catches, so the officer catches up, getting within 10 feet just as you begin to round the corner. Doman, you prestidigitate, soiling his visor and the screen on his motor. We'll call it a speeder. It's just a speeder. As you round the corner, while you molding earth to not create a wall, but just throw up a cloud of dirt to further obscure vision.
16.
Oh, well, that's not good.
16. You round the corner, and what I'm going to say is with a 16, instead of just gunning it down the street, you like peel off, drop your the height, and like park the vehicle as he rounds the corner coming through the dust cloud and just goes straight past.
Yeah.
You wait a moment and are able to kind of resume your ride. Anybody else doing anything? Sorry, Yoshida, I feel like I interrupted whatever you were about to say.
Well, I was gonna say if I realized that we were trying to hide, I would stop playing the bagpipes.
Okay, you do. You let out a last honk.
I don't know if you heard me, but I believe they were trying to get us to stop.
And we stopped?
Would you like me to go hail them?
No.
Nope.
No.
Hmm.
Evelyn, those people are not our friends.
Weren't they a part of the Vigilant Watch?
Yes, but when they are coming after us, they are not our friends. You see, if I, as your friend now, decided to hit you over the head with a crowbar, you would not like it very much, yes?
I'm sure it would damage some of my systems, and I would be a little confused as to why you would do such a thing.
Exactly. I do not understand why they take away my joy.
Good point.
So,
I will remember
on we
that.
go.
We go towards the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
through.
Anjal, I'll take it a little bit easier now.
A little bit easier. Okay. You get continuing on through the common ward until you get to a walled area. Open gates. There's just kind of a circular wall. You're closer to the spire of crest that makes up the central portion of the city that suspends the 2 tiers higher than Terrace, which you're on. You pass through this great archway. The top of the wall is actually an aqueduct that kind of brings water around this portion of the city. A couple spiraling off, bringing water down to the homes within the core district. Buildings have gotten, as you progress through the commons, taller, going from 2 to 3 floors. And on the common side of the wall seem to be between 10 to 15 floors on average. Within the core district, they nearly double in size, but are larger, more spaced out. You see a number of parks, green grass and trees, which are not something you see kind of within the commons. Well-to-do folks going about their business, moving around in sleek skimmers of their own, less built for work and more for convenience, for luxury and comfort. Everything's just a little bit cleaner. There are nicer shops hawking high quality goods. Real meat is being sold, which is not something you've seen since getting here. Most of it being the protein pellets that are dispersed amongst the common folk of Avarice. In addition to some vegetables and produce. But
you think they could spare some of this down there?
Down where?
Yes.
Back in the common and lower.
Yeah. It is kind of rough to see all this here and nothing there.
What do these people even do to afford this?
Live here?
Well, then why don't we all move here?
Yeah, as if it was that easy.
It's very easy to move around out in the wild, so it's hard for me to understand this world. It is dumb.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. There's a hierarchy here, and we don't.
In
fit
order
here.
to move through it, in order to move through the hierarchy, you need money and notoriety. Unfortunately, it is not as simple as traveling is where you see fit.
Do we see the shop?
a few more minutes go by and you proceed to the directions to the shop that Sparrow gave you. Last Morn's Goods, pretty simply named. And as you enter, it has the feel of a very clean and well-to-do, not quite a pawn shop, almost a general goods store, but with some specialty items. There's a wall of fine-looking swords and other weapons on one wall, a couple sets of armor kind of opposite it, and then some shelves between some waist-high that seem to be filled with jewelry, and there's a rack of fine clothes. Just kind of a miscellaneous goods store. Very much if somebody spent a bunch of money upgrading everything at the Sparrow's Nest, very similar kind of eclectic collection. The woman at the counter is, though difficult to tell because of her heritage, a young-looking elven woman with raven hair pulled into a high ponytail. She has a working like a thick leather apron on, and is standing at the counter. She's, "Oh, welcome. You all don't look to be from around here. Are you lost?"
No! You were sent here by your good friend, Sparrow.
I wouldn't call Sparrow anyone's good friend.
Ooh.
Is there a reason he sent you?
Well,
He said that you was the best in the business.
that he did say
Yes,
that,
we
yes.
Acquire
He was right
control.
there. I'm sorry, it's what?
We should inquire for your help.
Well, I have numerous goods available, as well as some services I can offer. Mostly in the lens of, if you need anything, seamstress work, anything upgraded or maintained, I suppose. What is it you're in the market for?
Well, particularly information. However, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else on goods, but we've been encountering some suspicious undead, and we didn't have any leads.
Not here. And she turns and she walks to one of the walls and she reaches up and she grabs onto the head of a big spiked morning star and pulls it down, and it levers out from one end, like one end of the handle, and there's a loud click, and a section of the wall to the right of that pulls in and slides to the side. She goes, "We're going to have to step into my other offices to discuss this," and walks into the open space about 5 feet across.
Whoa, that was really cool. You are so fancy. And I just like follow her, and they're like skipping.
Indeed. We are, as you all go into the back room at Last Morn's Goods, we're going to take a brief break, a little earlier than we want. We've got some technical technical difficulties we're going to try to sort out. We'll see you in hopefully 7 minutes at 6:15. We're going to be right back. We'll talk to you soon. And welcome back to Easy Dispel. Thank you for your patience. We are back with the newly mentioned Cox, the heroes of our campaign.
What have I done?
It's amazing that you didn't see that coming. Well,
I actually may have.
Very happy.
In game and out.
We are back. The party is at the store of Victorine Lasmorn after mentioning that they are there at the behest of Sparrow investigating the undead threat. She took a step back and opened a secret door to a back room in her store and has invited you in.
To her back door.
Invited you into her back door.
What happens when you ask the Cox to come into your back door?
It's the front door to the back room, but the Cox are in the back door.
Let's do this. So, are there prying ears that can't hear us talking about this? Is that why we're back here?
I have enchantments on the room to prevent unwanted passers-by from hearing. So Sparrow sent you, and as you all enter this back room, it's a smaller room than the front room. It is much more dimly lit. There's one wall that has jewelry and weapon cases that are all individually lit displays that have ornate jewelry and gems. There is a mannequin in the center that has these large flowing robes, white robes that have gold embroidery all through them. There's a number of staves and rings in prominent display. The wall opposite it has a large desk, and she is currently pulling back kind of a small curtain covering the wall. And you see a number of, this is inappropriate music for what we're doing, so give me just one sec. Let me get this. This is like Space Journey.
Woo.
There are, in very much a conspiracy board, numerous photos of missing people and a large map of the city. Red string tying some of them together. All the same people that you've seen on some of the missing persons boards, and one notable figure that you encountered the night before. Two notable figures you encountered the night before. One, the seamstress from the Commons, and one, the figure assaulting her. Happy Days, everything about this is inappropriate.
I like Ned.
I'm muted. I point at.
No, we heard you.
Oh well, I was muted for the stream. We'll put it that way.
Oh.
I'll point at the wall and point at the one that we saw was undead, and that one is gone.
That's unfortunate. Turin is enchanter in the core ward. Where did you run into him? What happened?
Well, he
We
was
ran
attacking
into him
that one.
eating that one.
She's still alive, though.
Oh, she is good.
He's not, though.
Which is not good.
Why
number
is
of
that?
these-
If he was eating somebody, what makes him so special?
I'm not sure. I've been investigating a number of disappearances from individuals in the city. I actually, the reason she points at the seamstress. Reznik. I was put in contact with her from an anonymous source. I hadn't reached out to her yet, but I was told she'd be connected to this somehow. It's interesting that so soon after I was put in that direction, she was attacked. Do you lot have any leads yourselves beyond just your encounter, or am I your first point?
I hold up the symbol again with my prestidigitation. We saw this on Turin as we fried him.
Interesting.
Does that mean
That's
anything
not
to you?
familiar to me. I'm not sure what that might be. It looks as though those are fingerprints. Is that?
That's what we thought too, but weren't sure if it was more well known. We also saw a hooded figure running away from the scene.
And I
definitely some negative energy coming from that individual.
I disguise self into that hooded figure.
I've not encountered anything like that. I've received word of some of these individuals, and she points out a couple that have X's through, being noticed. That's more being reported every day, both missing individuals and those showing undead. I only have a few potential directions, though. This seems scattered. It seems random. And she points out to where several of the red threads connect. And she goes, as far as I can confirm, a number of these individuals were all contracted to work various jobs that bring them on site here. And she points at a location that is just outside of the core ward, north towards the agricultural district. the work has always been payment upon completion, and the individuals I was able to speak to weren't sure of what it would be, though with the types of individuals, primarily artificers, enchanters, craftsmen, it all seems to be just on-site jobs that require them to go out. It's the only thread I have that connects all of them. She goes, some of them know each other, some of them are related to each other, others have no apparent connections. It seems too random to be the work of a serial killer, but too organized to be anything but. The fact that so few of the individuals have been found also suggests darker experimentations, especially given that the ones that have been seen have been in a state of undeath.
Will you refresh my memory? Did we hear that some people that were known to be voiceless had also been disappearing?
No.
Okay.
None had. Some people from the slums and from the common ward, yes, but no known voiceless.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Do I recognize anyone on this board from my past life?
Give me a history check.
Uh, 18.
18. We'll say there are 2 or 3 people that you would have brushed into as they came and completed jobs around your home, perhaps hired help, things like that from, for less delicate or intricate tasks, things that can be hired out to terrace tier individuals. It's not much to go on, but I was intending on investigating this home myself within the next few days. If you and your group are investigating this as well, I'd perhaps be willing to pay you to instead go look into it. I could also provide you, in this case, for a fee, the names of the last of kin and last known contacts of the individuals that have gone missing, so you could pursue your own leads. It's just up to you.
What about both? If we investigate for you, will you give us all the names and information you know on these disappearances?
I could be amenable to that. I apologize that I can't just give you the information. It is somewhat my trade.
Of course.
But if you're willing to investigate the home, you lot seem better equipped to combat, and she kind of looks over each of you, than I would be. If things got dangerous, it would be a service you're performing for me to investigate yourselves.
Now, would you like to accompany us at this investigation, or is this something that you feel confident in handing over?
Considering the fact that I'd be paying you, the worst case scenario is you don't return to me, and I have to investigate myself later. If possible, I'd like to leave myself out of harm's way.
That makes sense.
So,
Different
Let's talk.
skills, different tasks for different skills, as it is. Did Sparrow, by chance, send any additional messages?
Nope, he just sent his cocks.
Okay, well. Next time you see him, give him my regards. If you see him before you see me next.
course.
I do have a shop to run. Is there anything else I might interest you in?
Do you mind if we look around a little bit before we leave?
You are more than welcome to. You've already seen the back room, which is the more difficult to acquire goods. Most of this has been actually salvaged from the old world by the nomads of the wastes.
Are there
Avern's
any
immediately
magical-
going to
I
start
thought some
looking
of
for
this
books.
looked familiar.
Books? What was that, Rachel?
I thought some of this may have looked familiar.
Maybe. Avern, go ahead and if you're looking for books, history books, spell books, what kind of books?
Honestly, I mean, if there's a bunch of books, I would say particularly history, potentially arcana books. I would say those would probably be top two.
There's a
Armoring
couple. Go ahead
books,
and give me an
there's-
investigation check.
Ooh, that's high. That's real high. What is my? Yeah, that's 24.
24. A number of artificery books, handbooks, guides. Each book would probably run 1 to 5 gold per book, kind of depending what it is.
Okay.
With your high roll, you also find a few history books, but you notice there is a trend. All of the history books are recent printings within the last 100 or so years, so relatively. Nothing seems to predate. And all of the books that actually go into the history before the devastation, all are printed by a single family Hilaris.
Okay.
Anybody else looking for anything in particular?
Do you have any magical items that might provide some protection?
I have a number of rings of protection available for sale. Let me check and see how much those might be.
While you're doing that, if all of the history books seem to be quote unquote relatively up to date, he's going to take a look back at, you said there were some artificery books?
Yeah, general like enchanting kind of recipe books, essentially guides.
Sure. He will try to spot, well, I mean, I guess pick out whatever would be most considered rare and or interesting and buy 2 of them.
Okay, let's call that, we'll just average it out and say 7 gold.
Okay.
I let you deal with Yosta, actually.
Deal with Yosta.
Like deal, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
I do have a few rings of protection that's, well, relatively rare. General intermediate level enchanting. I'd be willing to let them go for 500 gold each.
Anything in the less rare realm?
Less rare. Let's see. She reaches up and she grasps onto something and pulls it out, and you see nothing in her hands, but you see the hanger that it's attached to, like, pull to the side as though she's pulling on something. Goes, no, you said less rare. And she pushes it back down. This, and she pulls it out, a cloak of protection would run I could let it go for as low as 100 gold pieces.
I would love that.
We have a deal then. And she
Yes.
pulls it down. What does the cloak of protection look like, Yashda?
It's gonna be mostly black with a few hot pink accents. I don't really know. Maybe like some. I'm immediately thinking of like the aces, spades, and clubs, just like as a pattern on the bottom.
I'm able to let this go so cheaply because it's been hard to find a buyer for something so garish. It looks as though it would suit you quite well.
Oh yes, I do believe that was not a compliment, but I will take it.
Oh, I love the eccentric style you seem to have. Oh, those bagpipes. How pedestrian.
While this is all going on, Sai's gonna be walking. Like you said, there's like weapons on a wall, right?
Yeah, there's a number of different weapons.
He's just gonna be walking with his quarterstaff in his hand, kind of tinging every sword as he goes by, just ting 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 ting, just being loud and equally uncomfortable.
You might want to be careful. A few of those have the power to end us all. And she looks over her shoulder at you. Anything I might help the rest of you with? Or have you all expended your funds upon this? And she points at the cloak of protection.
I'm like putting it around, but before we leave, I try to sneak a couple eggs into her stuff so that they get rotten and smell up.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I love eggs.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay. Well, that's not great either. As you're going and just tucking eggs and stuff, obvious to all of you. I rolled really low on hers. She's looking Angel up and down. You have a real primordial look to you. Have you ever considered the theater? A regal barbarian queen, perhaps? There's a fine one towards the spire.
I am not one for the theater. I am much better at smashing face in real life.
Tracks. Can I assist any of the rest of you? Or can we all go about our business?
Are there any darts laying around? I'm assuming.
Yeah, we'll say that there's a set of 3 kind of set out in a display case.
How much are these?
Those would be about 25 gold each. Each one is attuned to a different element, and depending on which you're using, elicit the effects of said element.
I'll pass, and I'll just leave the shop.
Before they left the little secret room, Angel was gonna look at every single one of the faces and just make sure that they weren't anybody specific for her.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. This is a low DC. This is
Okay.
And while she's looking at it, I'm gonna like pull Abby over there and I'll be like, take a brain picture.
or
I'm sorry.
that's.
Oh, go ahead.
You're looking over all the pictures and all the photos, and you look in off to the side, kind of tucked into one of the glass cases to the side. There's a number of folders and stuff. And you're not sure, the way the light kind of refracts, and as you're kind of moving to the side, it has kind of that prism corner to it on the glass where it tucks into the side. you swear there's a part that just kind of flashes and it catches right and you're able to read it and it just says Lear. But going closer, it's not like you can't catch that same light again. The cabinet is locked as the party is filing out. You can't be sure though. You only rolled a 4.
As you say, take a picture. His eyes are going to, well, the lights around his eyes are going to brighten. He's going to take a picture of you.
Oh, love.
And I'm just going to throw this. David, if you don't want this to be part of your character, feel free not to. But the lights flash in his eyes and a little Polaroid spits out of his chest and sticks out.
I take it.
Don't shake it. I heard you're not supposed to shake it.
David, if you don't want
shake
your
it like
character
a
to have a built-in
Polaroid
Polaroid, that's
I'm cool with it.
all right. You're a Warforged with photographic memory, so it makes sense.
I will
take my
follow
picture.
Yoshida around, and as she's placing eggs, I will see if I can't just like, without her noticing, pick up and pocket all of her eggs. So they're not
Go ahead
left
and make
around
a
the
sleight of
corner
hand
the shop.
check against Yoshida's passive perception.
Oh, where is my sleight? Oh, natural 20 plus 3.
Yeah, that's you easily gather. Like she's going to put them into places, and you're moving, and she's putting them into your hand. She like kind of looks over her shoulder and goes to tuck it like behind one of the cloaks that's on display, and you just reach around the other side of the cloak, and she just puts it in your hands. You're just kind of moving with her.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm walking out of the shop with my garish cloak of protection that I'll need to add to my D&D Beyond.
It adds a +1 to your AC and your saving throw. It does require attunement, so you'll need to take a short rest and attune to the cloak over the course of the short rest.
Since I kind of walked out by myself first, I'm just going to say that I
Yeah.
shut the door a little harder than I should have.
Just a rattling crash.
Less than
I'll
silent.
be the last one out, and I will, after everybody's left, I will walk up with one of the eggs to her counter. I will spin the egg on the counter like a top, and I'll say to her, I realize we're a bit of an uncouth bunch, but your bedside manner could use a little bit of work for those people you're going to be working with. Otherwise, in the future, things could go. And then I will slam my hand down as if I'm going to slam on the egg and just let it land in between my forefinger and my thumb. A lot smoother. And I'll walk away.
It's gonna have a chance to respond as you walk out. The egg kind of slowly stops spinning, and she just narrowed eyes as you walk out. You're
Do people still do
out.
that?
No.
Sure. You are outside Lost Morn's goods, all in the streets.
So are we gonna? What are we gonna? Do you guys want to go to this contract location, or do you want to follow some of these individual leads?
She said there was a few days until we should be going out that way, correct?
I don't remember that. But
She said she was going out in a few days.
oh,
So we do have time.
Well, and we've still got, was it Solomon to go talk to?
yeah. Maybe we should talk to everybody we have already first.
See if everybody's manner up in the common ward is shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Solomon
afraid-
was in the
They're all in the court.
vigilant guard, right?
Correct.
Sorry.
Vigilant watch, wasn't it?
To be clear, yeah, either the Vigilant Watch or the Vigilant Guard. They're more colloquially known as just the Vigilants. So Solomon Ver is a ways in the opposite direction of the house that that Victorine had pointed you towards. So you can go talk to Solomon and see what information he has, or you can go inspect the house and get that taken care of. It's probably a half hour away from where you're currently at, where Solomon is another 2 or 3 hours, down if you went northeast to get from Sparrow's Nest all the way up to Victorine's. You'd have to go like southeast further to get to the military district where Solomon would be. So just depending on which way you want to go.
If we went to inspect the house, we could basically walk right past
The house on
this
our way.
shop and then continue on to Solomon's, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
You'd be backtracking if you wanted to do the house later.
Seems
Also,
like that's
let's
the most efficient plan.
maybe scope it out a little bit. See how we feel when we get there. If we get a bad feeling, then we can go try and gather more information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm ready to kick some ass. Let's go do this.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Ass kicking.
Can I just head off in a direction? Wait for somebody to tell me where I'm supposed to go.
Angel's gonna take her hand and set it on the top of Yoshta's head, and then just turn her in the right direction
I just keep walking.
as she's being turned.
You did spend the greater part of the day traveling from Sparrows to the core. Avarice is a massive city, and you crossed a little less than half of the expanse. So as you approach this large home, set on its own grounds, 3 stories with, the neighbors a little ways away, you approach from the street, bringing your skimmer to a halt. Outside the hedges that line this home. It is not dark. The sun is sort of beginning to set. It's getting to late evening by the time you arrive here. There are no lights on in this home. The lights are off. Some of the windows even appear to be boarded shut. I'd like everybody to make a perception check.
11.
13.
15.
22.
12.
Oh.
And then, sorry, Mike, what was yours?
11.
11. Yoshida. Everybody's kind of looking up at this home. On the second floor, there's an eye looking, kind of peering through the blinds. And as you make eye contact, the blind closes and pulls back.
Woof. I just visibly shiver. I'm like, there's a sneaky sneak up there on the second floor. I just saw their eye. What do you guys think? Should we
On the
send?
second floor? Which window?
I point out the window, the one with the curtains. It just was like,
So there is somebody there,
yes.
and they know we're here. Let's make sure that they don't know that we know that they're there.
Okay. So I'll stop pointing at them.
And you'll have to forgive me, I was doing a little bit of cleaning back at the shop. Whose house is this?
Just a place
I
that
don't
they had to
think we
do
know.
some contractual work.
We didn't get a name, huh?
No, everybody was kind
guardian
of
and stuff?
a bunch of people were linked to this area.
Should we go ask if they have any work?
I believe how it worked is they were asked to come to this location
Or assigned to come here, yeah?
for their work.
So could we act like we were sent?
I believe they weren't sent in groups, I would imagine.
Well, we would send one person at a time.
Now that they've seen all of us here,
Hmm.
Yeah, element of surprise might be broken.
Seems to be good.
However, it may be useful to leave someone out here in case our friend is going to make a break for it.
It is true. Maybe we split up and put half of us in the back and half of us in the front. That's usually how I like it.
We've already set a precedent, and now it's just fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was done. Mike, we talked about this. Our job is to find the funny between the fucked.
I just imagine.
What do you imagine, Lucy?
Domin's just like,
Yeah.
and Avron's just like, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
What do you mean?
What she means is, and I
No,
start.
just let the man have it.
Okay, so what you're saying is we should send a couple people to the back door, and then a couple people up front. But should we send somebody to the door to just like get an interaction started?
I believe the interaction was started when you went to the back door.
We could. We haven't done that yet, but like I think I understand what you're saying though. When like we could send one person to essentially distract at the front door, while some people sneak around the back. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I volunteer to talk.
I'm going around the back, and I'm just gonna sneak off.
Do you just like
Okay.
parkour back there? Or do you go around?
Before Sai goes, I'm going to grab his shoulder and Angel's shoulder, and my eyes will glaze over white, and I'm going to look through Sai's eyes and hear through his ears, and just hold on to Angel's shoulder.
Okay.
I just
So
see
who
that
is
happen, and I'm
going?
like,
I guess, do I
Who's
know
going
that?
to the
Do I
back?
feel anything like that, like happen, or
I believe it has to be a willing creature, so there is
Yeah,
an
That
effect.
does say willing creature.
all right? I'll accept it. Yeah.
Okay. So who is going to the back?
Me.
Half of
Sai's
me.
going to the back. Okay.
I guess I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? No, it's fine.
And then so that leaves Angel, Domin, and Yoshida up front.
Dom,
Domin
do you
being
want
the
to hit the door with me?
I'm currently deaf.
I'll go. And I just like,
yeah.
I'm just held on
line.
to
Okay.
your shoulder.
Let's get stealth
yeah,
checks
okay, I see
from
now.
team backdoor.
I understand.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Okay.
I'm not sure Avron was under the assumption that it was going to be a stealth mission.
Say contextually,
walking
when
back there.
Sai just disappears from view, you're like,
True.
And when we
True.
said we were gonna sneak around back,
Well, all right. Nat 20 for
Yes!
Wow. The fucking metal man.
22 total.
he just like,
back, they just vanish. The three of you approaching the front door. Who knocks?
I'm like, knock, 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 knock.
Okay. Yoshida, you knock, and the door creaks open into the dark, dimly lit hallway. Look down and realize there's no doorknob. It's been removed.
is there anybody there?
There's nobody there. It just creaks open as she knocks. Just the pressure from her knocking is enough to push the door open.
Ooh, super creepy. Do you
I
want
was
to go
just
in?
gonna look around for a rock.
Okay. Yeah, the garden has, rocks in it. You're able to grab one and you have a rock.
She's gonna take this big rock and essentially use it as like a door stop to keep the door from shutting.
Okay.
That's
Easy
good
enough
thinking.
to do. You prop the door open.
So we know if
Backdoor team, at this point you arrive at the back. There's a small like sunroom garden door that seems to lead into the house.
Just gonna keep my eyes out and for upper windows and rooftop and see if we find movement at any point. So
Some of the windows are open and there's a little bit of a breeze kind of blowing through. It's a large home. You'd guess, just from the outside counting windows, 10 to 12 bedrooms. Numerous other rooms inside. This is an estate. This is an old house that for whatever reason is abandoned.
are there any windows that have like a curtain that's flipped out of the window?
Yeah, there's probably one of those on the second or third level.
Hello.
As they enter, Angel is going to cast. Where is it? Divine Sense. So her eyes will flash a little bit golden as she looks around, and anything that is good or evil, she can see that. Celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Is it blocked by can you say anything about being blocked by walls or anything, or?
It says that's not behind. Hold on. Please, my D&D beyond is being dumb. That is not behind total cover.
Okay. So currently, there's nothing that you see. But looking along the walls as you enter this, there are portraits where the faces have been slashed out. There's tearing on the wallpaper. Perception checks from front door team.
Perception. 7.
That's a 4 because I rolled a nat 1.
It's real dark in here, man.
What was that, Delman?
I was just giggling. I'm not gonna make a perception check unless I can perceive by feel.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
I think it is dark. It's odd. It's dusty. That's the hallway leads in and opens up. It's like a small foyer. You can see off to one side there's a kitchen. There's a large staircase directly in front of you leading up. Kind of an open space ahead of you. A large kind of open room, the vaulted ceiling before it gets to the second floor where there's a couple more doors.
I pull out a piece
Back
of
door.
wire
Oh, yes.
and I message to Sai. I'm like, hey, it's me. We haven't seen anybody yet. It's real dark. Real creepy.
Backdoor team, what are you doing?
I'm gonna point out the window that has the curtains, the one window that has the curtains flowing outside to Avern. Say, gonna go check that out. Watch my back. And I'm just gonna run up and try to hop up onto the
dope
roof
monk shit. I think you have fast movement, right?
I have 40 feet of movement and
The feature fast movement, because I think for monks you can run up vertical surfaces as long as.
I don't have fast movement. I have slow fall.
Okay.
Or I guess, no, sorry. I have unarmored movement, which is your speed increases by 10 while you're not wearing armor. But that's the only movement that I have.
I think he gets it at a higher level.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Though.
That's. I'm jumping ahead. Yeah. I want to say it's easy enough to climb this wall. You're not trying to move super quickly, so we won't worry about it. You make it up to that second floor window. It's kind of onto the side, so you climb up that sunroom to the roof of it and run over and are able to make it to that window.
As he's doing his dope monk shit, because I don't have to pay attention to the physical aspect of it, I'm gonna pay special attention to the windows that he's looking at and see if I can't see or hear any extra eyeballs.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
For not too great. A whole 12.
12. You don't notice anything additional from everybody's perception checks out front already, so you're just being led along. So you make it to that window. And Avron, what are you doing?
One thing I kind of thought about, I didn't say what was happening with Spark. So as it is right now, he is actually basically just patrolling the sand skimmer.
Okay, he's just guard dog mode.
Yep.
Perfect.
Aw, what a good doge.
And I just want to see if I can see any signs of somebody leaving this window. Is essentially what I'm looking for. Other than just the curtain, like if there's like maybe a footprint inside or something.
Make an investigation check.
Lady Featherweight's in the sand skimmer too.
Nope.
As well. Okay. No? Nothing. Can't be sure.
I thought you were saying nope to Lady Featherweight being in the sand skimmer. Like,
No, that's,
side
can't retcon this. Your pets are with you. Kidding. No, that's fine. Front door team. You're on the first floor, moving through this hallway dome, and you're blind and deaf. Angel and Yoshida.
Angela's gonna give Doman's hand one squeeze.
He gives one squeeze back.
That's so sweet. Okay. Can I want to go upstairs.
Are you sure?
I don't know. But like
Almost a
as soon as I
question.
get to the top of the stairs, I want to cast Fairy Fire.
Before you get to the top of the stairs, you're going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Saving throw?
Saving throw.
Uh, 16.
16. You feel it. One of the steps breaks beneath your feet way too easily. And as you catch yourself and lift your foot out, you realize if you had gone just 2 more inches in, there's a false top to the stair. And just beneath it, level with the stair below it, a plank with just a number of spikes, large nails, just that you almost impaled your foot on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, does not seem
There's some spikes
safe.
there. But I continue on up.
Okay.
And then as soon as I
Make
get
it
to the top of the stairs, I cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. There is nothing that lights up. There's nothing invisible.
Within 60 feet.
It has a range of 60 feet. Let me check Fairy Fire.
It's
an AoE, right?
square. Yeah, it is. Let me look it up really quick because I know that as well. I think it's a 20-foot square.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cube within 60 feet that you can put within 60 feet. So you can
So it
get a
lasts
large
for a
portion.
minute.
Yeah, you can get a large portion of the foyer in that 20-foot square. There is a door directly ahead of the stairs, and then a door at the end, left and right side of the foyer. There is nothing invisible on the foyer. I'll say with the casting of that spell, you can successfully catch it. And it only lasts for a minute if there's anything caught in the casting of the spell. Any creature that in the area when the spell is cast is outlined. That's it's not a cloud that hangs.
Dang. Okay. Well, that was fun.
But there is nothing invisible on the foyer. You have ruled that.
You said that there's a door to the left and a door to the right, correct?
And one directly ahead. So as you come up the stairs, you can go through. There's a large double door directly ahead. A stair to the left, a stair to the right, and then the stairs circle back and continue going up to the next floor. There's another
And
landing.
was the face person on the second floor on the left side or the right side?
The left side.
Okay. Angel's gonna go to the door to the left then.
Okay. Backdoor team. What you do?
I still see size back from where I am at.
I'm just gonna kind of peek in the window, see if I can see anything. I'm assuming it's like pitch black in there, right?
It's dim light, so if you have You can make a perception check at disadvantage if you'd like.
14.
Does he get advantage or regular because he's got Doman in there too?
Doman can make a separate check. Doman can't
do
actually communicate with him. He can just look through his eyes.
Yeah. Communicate with y'all though.
Yeah.
18 for me.
18. And what was size?
14.
14. DC was 15. In the darkness, you look in, and it appears to be a bathroom. Large bathroom, a door directly opposite you. You look around, and there's deep shadows. And Doman, you're processing just a little differently. And you realize that it's not shadows filling the tub, it's bones. Chunks, pieces that have been discarded in this tub.
I can't communicate with Sai about this, obviously, and there's nothing that I see that's going to hurt him. But I will say, just as we're walking through with Yoshida and Angel, there's a bathtub full of bones Sai's walking into.
Should I message him?
Second floor. I think he's fine. He'll say it in a minute.
Okay.
Well, Doman, you didn't hear her say that.
Oh, right. He's probably fine. Can't hear you.
Okay. So I think I
so
would
just to
follow
give
Angel.
everybody the layout, you are Averin is on the ground floor behind the house. Sai is on the back of the house, his left, so directly opposite to the door that Angel is walking up to. The left, coming up on that upper landing. Angel, do you open the door?
Angel is first going to check the door to see what state it is in, and I mean if there's any traps. But I mean she's not like super good at that, so
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I help her?
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
she is okay. Yeah.
You can either make your own
Okay.
check or give her advantage.
What should you prefer?
I'll just do advantage. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Thanks, I needed
The
that
door-
because the other roll was a 3.
The door is in relative disrepair. Kind of the stain is scuffed. There's scratches, and you realize there are some chunks torn out of the side of the door frame. It does not appear to be trapped, but there are marks as though fingernails had caught on the door frame and broken away.
Before I go in, are there any like entry tables or anything like that?
There are some furniture. It's a well-decorated house. All of the furniture has white sheets pulled over and covering it. Some end tables, some accent
Angel's
pieces.
gonna go over and take Doman's hand and loop it around like her belt loop. So he's like holding onto her pants.
Mhm.
And then she's gonna go over and grab an end table and take it over with her so she can shove it into the door so that it can't close on her.
Okay. You pull the door open,
Stick
and as your
that
eyes
too
adjust to
on
the
her.
darkness, because where you're at, there's still kind of lots of windows, light filtering in from behind you. You see the light catch a pair of glowing yellow eyes
Fairy fire.
from a hunched figure. It's not invisible, so you have to
But
worry
it's still
about it.
outlined.
Oh yeah,
right?
that's if you'd like to cast Fairy Fire. That's outlined in what color is your Fairy Fire?
It's hot pink.
Hot pink, outlined in hot pink. A torn dress on her shoulders. A young woman with the same black veins, yellowed eyes. Turns and screeches at you. That was not a great screech, but
That's great.
Yeah, terrified me.
turns and Angela, you're surprised at. We're gonna give you a surprise here.
Oh, okay.
What you doing?
Oh.
This small entryway, there's a hallway that kind of cuts to the side.
Ooh, I am going to. Angela is going to grab at where Dolman was holding onto her pants, squeeze 3 times, and then cast Bless on the 3 of us downstairs.
Okay.
Wait,
Get
aren't we
any
upstairs? Or am I
initiatives?
mixed
Yeah,
up?
you're upstairs.
Okay, just making sure.
Are we upstairs?
Yeah, you
We
got
walked
up
up
the
the stairs.
stairs. Did you follow Yashta?
I thought that we were downstairs.
Yashta
Yeah.
had gone upstairs.
Oh, I thought
So if
that
you
she
had
just
followed-
gone up the landing, but
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had gone
sure,
up the
okay,
landing.
yeah,
That was
we
where
went
that was
upstairs.
where the door was to the left. The
Okay, yeah.
downstairs is pretty open with like a big dining room and a kitchen and just the
I'm
staircase
up to the left then. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna need initiative from team front door. Team back door, what are you doing?
Since I don't see anything immediately like daunting in there, I'm just gonna look back at Averin and kind of point the direction like I'm gonna go in, kind of give a sign. And do I hear anything? We'll just put that out there with my massive rabbit
We'll say
ears.
at this moment, as you're like peering around, you hear faintly the shriek of whatever that creature was.
Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely gonna give the direction that I'm going in, and I'm gonna hop into the room.
Everin, what are you doing?
Well, I can no longer see his back, so I'm gonna head up the same route.
Okay. We'll say again, easy enough, less graceful because it's not dope monk shit, but Averin pretty easily just climbs up. You have some of the drain pipes that you're just like crushing to the side, pulling yourself up. Okay, so Yashta, you had a 9.
Yes.
Angel?
Initiative.
I
your
forgot. Let me roll
initiative?
again.
Doman?
I put my dice away.
I got a 21.
21.
12.
All right.
The blind and deaf guy goes first. Great.
Doman, yeah, you go first.
As Angel squeezes my hand 3 times, recognizing the signal, I immediately drop out of size consciousness and snap my fingers, and a white fire celestial poof comes out of him, and a cracked cranium on my ribs starts glowing as I cast Mind Sliver on whatever's I don't recognize in front of me.
Okay, is that a saving throw? Or is that an attack roll?
Int 15 saving throw.
Int 15. These things are not particularly intelligent. That is a 7. They are mind slivered.
They have been
Go ahead and roll
slivered.
damage.
Oh, that's good. 6 on a d6. And subtract 1 d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn.
Okay. Angel.
Okay, so Angel is. You didn't give me enough time to figure it out. It's okay. Angel is going to race forward, pull out her flail, and just knock it into this thing.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
You also have advantage. 'Cause she's
Oh, because
outlined.
it is fair fire.
Advantage. Oh, and I have Bless. Heck, that was 2 5s on so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 probably does not hit.
12 hits.
Oh, good. Yay. That's 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. Yoshta. As the flail cracks into this woman's side, breaking ribs, there's a bit of blood that just dumps onto the ground. It looks at Angel with its yellowed teeth. What are you doing?
I'm gonna I'm going to pull out my light crossbow and shoot a bolt at its head while trying to
Okay.
avoid Angel. So,
Make an attack. At advantage. It's still fairy fired.
Okay. $25.
25 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
10.
10. The bolt cracks in just into its neck and it gurgles and slumps to the ground at Angel's feet. Backdoor team. That's Sai, you've gone in the bathroom. Avern, you've climbed up. Where are you going?
I'm gonna swing the door open and head towards that sound.
Okay. There's a hallway that goes directly down. There's another doorway directly ahead of you and one about halfway down the hallway to the right. It's about 20 feet down is where that hallway is.
I guess I'll go down to the next hallway and see if I can.
Are you going using your full
Sorry.
movement, the full 40 to get all the way direct to the door across from you, or are you going 20 to get to the door to the right? They're directly.
Oh, sorry.
to you,
I gotcha.
so.
I'll take the. I guess I know where the window was that they pointed out, right? And it was far end of the house from me.
Like opposite kitty corner. So like you're at the. If we're looking at the map of the house, you're in the back right corner. They're on the front left.
Okay. Knowing that it's on the far end, I'll just go the 40 feet down the hall.
Okay.
See if I can find a way that way.
Okay. You run down. Do you open the door at the end of the hall? You can.
Yeah. I'll just kick it open. Not gonna be calm
Kick it
about
open. Front door team behind you. You hear a door crash open down the hall, kind of in that foyer behind you that you just came from, about 20 feet away. And Sai is standing there, having just kicked open the door.
Hello.
Are
Are we out of initiative?
Yeah, well, you're out of initiative. Averin, what are you? You made it to the top. You saw Sai bolt down the hallway and kick open a door.
I'm gonna start following.
Okay.
I'm still watching his back.
Yeah, you're out of initiative. That's Averin. You're a little bit behind him because he's faster than you, but you're out of initiative currently with that crash.
Angel is going to, she's got like a scarf that she wears around her neck and head, and she's going to pull it off and wrap it around the mouth of this creature so that it can't bite anything. And then she's going to put her hands where the arrow went through her neck. Was that it, right?
Yep.
Through her neck.
Yes.
And to lay on hands and give it 2 hit points.
The energy flows from its source through you and into this undead. You pull your hand back, and where your hand had touched, where the healing energy had pulsed, it begins to decay and the skin breaks and cracks. This is dead. It has been dead. The damage that was dealt to his body simply severed the magic that was animating it. If there is a way to bring it back, this is not it.
Should we have kept it alive to ask questions? Or do you think it would have let us ask questions?
I don't think it was real keen on talking to us.
Yes, I don't think it was had the brain to use. But I had hopes. But it won't even reanimate, so I think we need to scour and look for the hooded figure.
So, did you find anything?
No, I don't know if they may have left. Window was open in the bathroom. Curtains were facing out. I don't know if they jumped out that window before we got around.
I should have left someone outside, I guess. Did you see the tub of bones
Where?
in the bathroom? Let's go, I'll show you. You must not have seen it.
I did not.
And Sai and I will head there. Cyanide.
Angela is
Okay.
going to just try and scour for this hooded dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna search the body.
Search the body. It has a set of artisan's tools, specifically tinker's tools, in a bag at its hip, as well as 4 gold pieces. Everything else, other than her clothes and shoes, it doesn't seem to be really anything of value on her.
I guess
She
we'll
just
We will
wants
investigate.
to figure.
Yeah, we will investigate the bathroom.
You investigate the bathroom, kind of tracking back down that hallway and going through, taking your time to look over at all of the bones have bite marks. There's pieces of meat. They do not all, there are some, but they do not all appear to be human. There are rat, small animals that might be found within a city. A few human bones.
Does there look like there's any indication of somebody actually living here, or is it just this corpse that has been roaming this house for who knows how long?
There is still quite a bit of the house left undiscovered. The areas you've been in have not been heavily trafficked.
So Angel's looking, right?
Yeah,
Angela,
Angel's everywhere.
where-
Like, as fast. Go ahead,
Okay.
sorry.
So, opening the other door in the room that you had fought this undead creature, you push it open very similarly to the hallway that Sai had come down. It goes 40 feet, and there's a door at the end. And then about 20 feet down, or double check. Sorry, about 30 feet down, so closer to the end of the hall. It would have been the same for Sai. Apologize for that, it's not halfway. There's a door to the right. With the information you have, you can tell that there's at the back of the house, there's 2 rooms, and then there's 2 hallways that kind of meet 2 other rooms. So there's a room in each corner, and then hallways kind of connecting all 4, and 3 doors that lead to a central area. And there's stairs that go from the foyer up to the next level, to the 3rd floor.
Angel's gonna go up because everybody else is on the 2nd floor.
Okay. Going up the stairs. What is everybody else doing? You guys are...
I
Avrin,
think I'm gonna.
Yoshta.
So, Avrin, at this point, you said it's pretty dim in here.
Mm-hmm.
He would have found just a couple pieces of just small things that maybe scattered around the floor, and he is going to make them glow and then hand them off to a couple other people, keeping one for himself. So I believe he can do 3 total. So 1 for myself, and then whoever wants. Well, I guess Angel has gone upstairs, so that would leave Sai and Doman that would go in.
I can pull out my nut.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still glowing.
I
looking-
follow Angel with my nut.
Let's say Doman and Sai, go ahead and give me investigation checks.
6.
19.
19. Looking at where things are piled in in the bathroom, brought to the tub, you kind of start looking around at the floor and realize there's a trail, and somewhat scuffed by Sai's footprints from him running through this area, followed by Avrin. A little bit of your own movement. There's a few drippings of dried blood leading from the bathroom to that door that leads to the central area none of you have been into. And some other footprints. Booted footprints, less chaotic and random. that lead to the bathroom and then lead back out to the foyer where there's the stairs.
Seems kind of strange to have something that mindless piling up all its remains in a tub, right? And then I'll point down at the booted prince walking out. I don't think it was feeding itself.
Yeah, I can't imagine something like what we saw before having that kind of intelligence. You say you saw another one in here. Is that what that sound was?
No, the sound was that one. I said I saw these bones in here when you were climbing up the balcony there. But maybe we take a peek in here, and I'll point towards the door that the bloodied footprints lead towards.
Yeah, let's do it.
Angel, as you're making your way up the stairs, give me a perception check.
And I'm following her.
Okay, Yoshida. Avrin, are you with Yoshida and Angel, or are you with Sai and Doman?
I believe with giving Sai and Doman the light, I would be with them.
Okay.
17, and as I head up the stairs, I'm gonna cast the light cantrip on my chainmail on the front of me. So you get like this
There's
chainmail that
radiating
looks
light.
like it's glittering.
Scintillating disco ball pattern in the wall. Yoshida, did you roll perception as well?
Yeah, I did. I got a 5. So
You got a 5, so you do not hear this. But as the two of you approach the top of the stairs, there's only one door. Little entryway. There's some shelves and stuff. There are scattered notes. More portraits with the faces carved out. And then carved into the wall next to the door. Words: voice, curse, worthless, unfair, revenge, and increasingly violent carvings on the wall. You look down at the floor, and with the light just carved into the floor, I have a solution. You hear ragged breathing from the other side of the door. Snoring. Something sleeping. Someone sleeping. It sounds human, but twisted, broken somehow.
I disguised myself as the other undead we saw. And I touch Angel and cast guidance.
Angel, you're guided.
Ooh, what does that do?
Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check.
Okay.
But it only lasts a minute, so.
Okay.
Sai, Doman, Avrin, you're going to the door on your floor.
Yep. I'll put my my hand on the doorknob and then gesture to them that they should go in as soon as I open it up. And then I will just fling it open and step back.
It's locked. You twist the doorknob and...
Oh, feck. Hold on. And I will...
I can help.
attempt... I will get out of the way.
Okay. I was like... I'm going to pick the lock or attempt to.
Go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check. Angel, Yoshida, what are you doing?
I walk into the room all stumbly, like... "Brrr, brrr." Like I'm the...
Like the creature?
Yeah.
You push the door open. It's unlocked. It's even slightly ajar. It's not even fully closed. But
Sorry. Can I say this before she goes in? I'm going to cast Sanctuary on her.
okay.
Which just means that as long as you don't attack him, The attacker has to make a wisdom saving throw of 14 or higher when they try and attack you. When they fail, they have to choose a new target or lose the attacker spell.
Yoshida, you push open the door with the spell on you. You walk in. There's a figure. This room is smaller than most of the house. There's a door. There's 2 doors behind it, kind of on the far wall, but closest to you in this small room with a tapered ceiling, very close to the roof, is a figure sleeping in a bed. Who, as you push the door open and walk in, moves a little bit, the blanket pulling off of his face. A young human man with black hair, a close cropped beard, tired eyes, and he looks at you. Avern, what did you get on your Thieves' Tools check to unlock the door?
Would you prefer that done with intelligence or dex?
It's dexterity for Thieves' Tools.
Okay, then that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is enough. The door pops open. This room is somewhat lit by a fire burning to the right-hand side of where you're coming in. I'll throw up a map of the room you are all in. As there are figures shambling about. This large entryway, or this large entertaining space. It seems like a small ballroom. All of the tables covered with white sheets. You're coming in from the top right door on the map. Mike, sorry for surprising you. If you got a Owlbear Rodeo map, you don't have an overlay?
No.
Okay.
Not for that
Well,
one.
It'll help us figure out where we are, and then we can just describe. No big deal.
You can drop your tokens so we can pay attention as you push the door open to this entertainment space, this small ballroom.
Are we in the door on the right?
Yeah, you're on the door on the right.
Okay.
Yoshida and Angel, as you hear kind of a door slam open below you, the figure, he looks up and he looks at Yoshida, kind of confused, and you see his hands have black that have completely covered the skin, an ichory, inky covering on his hands.
Does he say anything? I think we're kind of just waiting for his reaction.
I just kind of like Sims walk into the door to the wall, like.
This is all happening very quickly. Yoshi, I need you to make a deception check with advantage because of your disguised self and using. Actually, which zombie did you say you had done this on? The one you had fought yesterday, or the one you just killed? Okay, with advantage then.
Okay, 1 second. 25.
25, and his insight is because he rolled well. 21 doesn't quite do it. Okay. How did you get out? And he goes and he stands. And he reaches over and he picks up a large sword, which is still in its sheath, and slings it over his shoulder. Yes. Let's get you back with the others. He goes and he's going to put his hand on your shoulder and just kind of try to turn you around. He wipes some of the tiredness away from his eyes before looking up and seeing the light gleaming from Angel's chainmail.
And at that point, she's going to try and grapple him.
And we're going to need everybody to roll initiative.
You ever run 2 combats at once, Andrew?
No, but I'm excited to do it.
Good one.
21.
Solid.
21.
18.
16.
Damn, we
20.
two good
Dex.
rolls.
What's your dex, Avron?
2 plus 2. 15.
+3.
Angel,
So
what
you
was
got me.
yours? 17?
18 is
18.
Angel's.
And Sai, what was yours?
20.
20. Means with all of this, I think we start with Averin. It's putting Averin first for me.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. We're in 2 different fights anyway.
Yeah, you're in 2 different fights. So we will start with Averin.
Okay. Immediately seeing all the undead creatures in here, from his mohawk, it's going to break apart, come down over his face to where there's just small eye slits. The cyan light is going to glow a little bit brighter, and out of nowhere, you're going to hear, "Stand back, citizens!" And he's gonna pause for a slight second and go, "Oh, that's what that program does," and then he is going to move up into the middle of the room, catching as many as he can. Yeah, okay, so right there. And he is going to cast Thunderwave. They need to make a DC 14 con save. All, I would say B, D, E, and A.
10, 17,
Yes, 1
8.
pass. Okay, 3 fail, 1 pass. Okay, so a wave of 15 foot cube originating from me. Failed save 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, half damage. So 2d8. Ooh, good. Nice. 13 points of thunder damage.
And it's half damage if they succeeded.
Yes.
Rounded up for fun because it makes things move faster.
I cannot do that. And then as Spark is patrolling the sand skimmer, I guess as his bonus action, it will you will hear, "Perish, you vile fiends!"
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
That is it.
Okay. Yoshida.
Okay, so as he physically puts his hands on me, right?
Yeah, he like touches you to turn you around.
And I don't know, and like, it doesn't act normal like a disguise self. It'll just like touch my shoulders and you won't see anything change. And I'll like kind of see that and be like, "Mm." And then I turn and look at him, and then I'm just like, like, do the cat thing, and I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. So Sanctuary fades.
Yeah.
And is that a saving throw?
Yeah, so he has to make a Wisdom saving throw of 14.
21. So he does
Okay.
succeed. Is that half
But he
damage?
does take half damage. So I'm gonna. So 8 takes 8 points of.
Oh, so did you do 16?
Yeah,
Okay. All
of
right.
psychic damage.
Anything else you're doing?
And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna bardic inspiration on Angel.
Angel? Okay. Do Which brings us back down to the dining room with all the undead. This one is going to run up, and one of them looks like a halfling zombie, runs up and is going to bite at Averin.
Okay. Also, just to let you know, it also created an audible boom that is heard of up to 300 feet away.
Okay, so everybody upstairs heard that as well.
And then something along the lines of,
does a 19 hit your armor class?
no.
does not?
It does, but I'm going to. Am I going to reaction? Yes, I'm going to reaction and use shield.
Okay.
From the
So
halfling.
as he's standing there, it goes to bite him, and a small shimmer of almost like glass looking, but it's got like a weird vibration to it. Starts to form around his body, and as he goes into bite, he hits that and doesn't quite make it through.
Thigh.
Out of curiosity, I saw that E got moved back 10 feet and then moved forward 10 feet.
Yeah, he had succeeded his saving throw, so
Oh,
I
okay.
just moved him back up to.
Dang it. I had something really cool thematically, but it's okay. So I'm going to run forward. Just like, this is what I was talking about. And I'm going to take my quarterstaff out and try to crack him across the back of the head. So
Okay,
move
and that
forward
is
to
to
E.
E?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. You sprint forward from the doorway.
That would be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And, oh, Jesus. 4 points of damage.
All right.
Um,
Cracks into the skull. Indeed, you see a bit of flesh tear away from this elf's face. The nose hanging loose as it turns back to face you.
And then I'm going to go ahead and do, as a bonus action, Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So... that one's probably going to miss with a 10, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 10 misses.
And the second one definitely misses with a nat 1, so that's cool.
Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that'll do it.
Angel.
So Angela is gonna try and grapple the dude.
Oh, yes. So go ahead. Let's make
Um,
it's opposed athletics checks.
Okay.
And you have that
Athletics.
extra D6, right?
Yes.
An athletic check, an ability check.
Oh damn.
Yes. You got
Oh,
a 23.
And then okay, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
You managed to grapple him. Do you have more than you only have one attack at this point, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd been your
so
attack.
just
anything,
that.
Anything else you're doing?
And then oh, sorry, I had one thing for this, but I can't remember if it was. Nope, it is. Next turn, I'll do that.
Okay. So then the one that Sai you attacked is going to turn around and strike at you. That is a natural 1, so it misses. Doman.
How high are the ceilings in here?
They're probably about 15 feet here.
Okay, good deal. Well, then Doman will start slowly and reservedly climbing up on a table, and you can hear him say to himself, Crest, damn it, Doman, you know, you get separated from her, shit always goes tits up, and it's going to go tits up this time. And he'll throw his arm up, and he'll snap like he did with the Mind Sliver, but instead of the normal celestial light you normally see, black fire goes up his arms, and it also goes up the zombie in the bottom corner of the room as he casts Hex on it. And then he will take the other arm, which does glow with celestial radiance, and do like a wanted curve on a Eldritch Blast.
That's on which one?
That'll be on F. for a 13 plus 7, which is a dirty 20.
Absolutely hits.
Cool. 10 and a d6 for Hex, which will be 7 points of damage total to him.
When previously unhurt, some of the skin burns away in the black fire. Or no, that was your Hex, was the black, right?
Yeah, Hex was the black fire. This was Celestial Radiance.
Yeah, Celestial Radiance starts cooking it, and then black fire from the Hex, that extra damage just bursts, kind of consuming a portion of the shoulder. We now go...
and I will
yes.
make that that Hex. He will have disadvantage on... We're going to make it intellect checks.
Okay. Grappled with Angel. A well-figured... Oh, yes.
Can I be a terrible person and add on my bonus action I didn't take last time?
Sure, what is it?
Shield of Faith on myself, which is plus 2 bonus to my AC. Okay.
I will
Thanks.
admit this last request.
Thanks.
I saw that
Last
eye
meal.
twitch of like, what are you gonna do to fuck me?
No, I'm okay with it, because as you're grappled with him, he kind of reaches up with one hand going for the greatsword and can't quite get his hand around it. Yes. Fine. I need more anyway. And he is going to try to drive his fingers into your side, those black fingers that he has. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
Not kidding.
fuck.
That is that
no.
It hits.
meets my AC
20 is
Uh,
an
yes.
automatic
with the plus
success.
2.
So 29.
But I also
if we want to
I
add on his,
also
bonus,
have,
his
fuck
bonus,
me, okay.
it was a natural 20.
Okay. Does that count? Because I have resistance to necrotic damage and radiant damage.
I haven't rolled damage yet. I have to
Oh,
roll a d100 first. Because if he deals necrotic damage, which I'm gonna give you a hint, he does. You'll have resistance to that. D3. In addition to the critical hit, you will be frightened for 1 round.
No.
Just from this is not a magical effect. This is how hard he is about to strike you. Terrifies you.
Okay.
You take 13 points of piercing damage as his fingers drive into your side. Sorry, that no,
7.
I didn't double. Sorry, I'm subtract 40.
Right, the 3. Move the 2 over. Times 5.
18 points of piercing damage. I didn't double the roll.
Yee.
His fingers drive into your side, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
And that's with fire resistance.
Sorry, subtract 4 from that.
Oh,
3.
14.
Yeah, 4. So 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay, thanks for mathing for me.
Roll jump. Sorry, I did my math wrong at some point, but that is about the correct amount of damage. I may have rounded down because I used one of the dice and forgot the number. So,
Whatever, it's fine. And Constitution
14.
saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a nat 20 for 22.
Bro, that's like the 4th nat 20 in the last hour.
I know. F and A.
Shit's gonna go
lot of
downhill
nat
from
20s.
here, man.
You feel a pulse, and you're able to shrug it off. That is his turn. Using that ability, uses up his multi-attack.
Fuck playing
One of
nice,
the-
man. Okay.
One of the undead creatures runs up and is going to make an attack against Averin.
Okay.
Which is a natural 19 to 21 to hit.
24 is my AC right now.
Oh yeah, because you use shield. This is the one that Doman had hexed and it struck earlier. It's actually going to run up to Doman. Does a 16 hit your armor class.
It does.
Okay. He deals 5 points of piercing damage. And as it bites into you, you hear a sucking noise. How many spell slots do you have?
1.
1. I need to make a Constitution saving throw -1.
Constitution. 11 with the -1.
11 is enough. DC is 10. As you feel it attempt to consume your magic.
Don't like that.
Everyone, I pretty much have to roll a natural 20 to hit. A natural 8 is not going to do it.
That's what I want.
Swarming to you. It is not working. G, 15, 20, 25. Cannot make it to you. Bringing us all the way back to Averin. You are now surrounded by these.
Surrounded, you say?
Almost surrounded.
Not for very long. And you are just outside of range. That is absolutely beautiful. He is going to again cast another Thunder Wave.
Okay.
So what he does is he charges up, and inside you see the cyan blue light from his chest start to radiate out from anywhere that there's a small separation in his armor or in between the leather covering the potential soft spots he has. And he is going to reach down, slam into the ground, and you are going to see physically in the air, it is going to start to warp and twist. And again, a loud, thunderous crash escapes him. All of them except F need to make a Constitution saving throw.
2, 6, 7, 9, 11, and
G.
4.
All of them fell.
Nice.
9 points of thunder damage and 10 feet away.
Corpses, rent of life, smash into the walls and furniture as they are thrown away from you. Only 2 of these undead left standing.
So E is still left standing?
Crashes into the bookshelves.
Okay.
Not by much.
Perfect.
Anything else you're doing?
He's just gonna move closer, which we'll deal with that. Then you can go ahead and move on.
Okay. Yoshida.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, shit. And he's like poking her right with his little fingies.
You see blood pouring. His fingers have gone through her chainmail, and you see the black that kind of covers his forearm is pushing forward, like almost like it's trying to be injected into her.
Okay. Well, I'm like, I'm way out of my depth. And so for my action, I cast Thunder Clap, which you have to make a Constitution saving throw of 14.
Angel, I'll need you to make that Constitution saving throw as well.
Dirty 20. 18 for Dirty 20.
They aren't
Did he
moved,
make-
but he did. He got a 19.
Oh, okay. Well then,
So half damage to...
of 6. But everyone within 100 feet can hear it, because I'm assuming that if they hear a loud thunderclap, they'll be like, uh-oh. So,
You heard the thunderclap coming from almost directly below you as well. Do you want to
We've
deal
got another
damage
one.
to the floor?
yes.
Okay. Roll damage.
For a thunderclap?
Yep.
I rolled a 6 earlier for him. Do I have to roll it again?
Oh, you rolled a 6. Is it only... Okay, so and then he made it so 3 damage to both Angel and him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll deal that. The floor cracks. It does not break, but those below, in the middle of the room you're in, the ceiling cracks downwards. Some of the plaster falling to the ground in front of you. Anything else you're doing with your turn, Yoshida?
Yes, and then I'm gonna reach out and be like, "Hold on," and cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Angel. So that would be 10 points of healing. And then
Thanks.
I'm not sure if I can move out of the way without, because it's a small room, right?
It's pretty small, but you didn't move directly. Oh no, you are right next to him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
he
he's
would get an
grappled.
attack of opportunity. He can still make attacks. It's grappled is. He can't move on his own. His speed is 0, but he can still make attacks.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at just because I don't know.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
So, if you'll let me, as the zombie is getting pushed past, I'll spin around and kind of like dodge it, but as it goes by, I'll hit it as it's flying past me with my staff. Two-handed.
Go for it.
Cool.
Just like right in the back of the head as it's
Yeah.
going by.
Dirty 20.
Not even looking,
Hits.
just like
It only has 1 hit point left, so
Okay, so yeah, it'll
that's
be.
as it gets thrown past you, you just spin and just you hitting it, but also just increasing its velocity, so it goes headfirst through the bookshelf and just slumps lifeless.
And then, since we had heard the thunder above us, I'm gonna look at Doman and be like, "You got that?" And I'm gonna start taking off out the door to head upstairs.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, it'll take you
I can move
probably
40
2
feet, whatever
turns to
that,
get all the
yeah,
way.
however far
It'll
that
probably
is.
be
So
2 turns for you to get all the way up there. Angel.
So Angel is going to like whisper into his ear, "Not today, motherfucker." And then she is going to cast Thunderous Smite on her flail. And this is her like fight or flight terror happening. She's gonna smack him and run away essentially.
Okay.
So she casts Thunderous Smite, which just adds 2d6, and you can hear the thunder 300 feet away. So it sounds like there's a lightning storm.
It's a
in this
lightning
building.
storm going on right now, yeah.
If it hits with her flail.
Hell of a
Okay.
lightning storm. Like 6
And that
booms,
is
all within like 6 seconds, 12 seconds.
hold on, how do I math? I'm so anxious. Okay, that is a 16.
Do 16 hits because he does not have his armor on currently.
Okay. So 16 hits with the flail, and then that will be a d8 plus 2d6? 2d6. And that's going to be 8, 6, and 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage.
15 points of damage.
And then she is gonna like, so after she like pulls it out, smacks it into his back, she's gonna yank and run.
As
This thing scared the shit out of her.
as you run, he does reach up and grab his great sword and just try to, as he's unsheathing it, try to slash you across the back as part of his attack of opportunity. The 27 hit you.
It does.
holy fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, it definitely hits me.
rolled low, so you only take 9 points of slashing damage.
Yay.
Anything else you're doing your turn, and you can make it almost all the way down the stairs.
Nope, that was my bonus action, and movement.
Doman.
As Sai leaves the room, Doman shouts back, I really don't know if I do, and will attempt to cast another Mind Sliver as the cracked cranium on his side lights up again.
Okay.
It'll be an int 15 saving throw at disadvantage. Because
disadvantage. Yeah. Is a natural 7. That is a 5.
Great. Okay, so 1d6 psychic and 1d6 whatever Hex does, necrotic. That's 3 and 6 for 9 points of damage.
Points of damage. This one still standing, as there's just, you hear like a snap as its nose begins to bleed.
And then having heard Angel's thunderous smite go off, you can like see something click in his brain, and he just books it away from the zombie.
It's going to make an attack of opportunity against you. That is a 13 to hit.
No, actually.
13 misses as you pull away, and its teeth just closing like right almost on your hair as it just snaps at you. Anything else for your turn?
I'm using the rest of my movement to fuck off as far as I can up the stairs.
Okay. His turn. He looks hurt from the strike you just took. Hearing people moving downstairs, the other booms, and then you getting away. Yoshida, he looks at you, right next to him. He's gonna make an attack. This with his hand, unarmed. Does an 18 hit you?
Yep.
Deal 11 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Sorry, it's 5 points of piercing damage and 6 points of necrotic. The Constitution saving throw.
Is that 5 points of piercing because 5 fingers?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Oh,
I rolled in that one, and I got set. So I have an 8. Is my Constitution saving throw?
His fingers sink into your chest, and there's a pulse of energy. And he pulls you close by the wound, taking a handful of you, pulls you close, and goes, "It will guide you. It will guide you to me in time. We'll change the world." And he pushes you back, turns, and he runs. You watch as he shoves open one of the doors and just dives through one of the windows. We're going to leave initiative.
There's still one thing.
It has 2
left.
hit points. It rounds a corner and one of you just beeps it. Like it's deleted. Yoshida, you look down and you have 5 black fingerprints set in your chest.
Fuck.
And
Little
we're going to
reminiscent
find out
campaign.
what that does week after next when we're back from our break. Fuck!
Oh my gosh!
A wonderful night, everybody. We will see you next time on Easy Dispel. I need to go now!
What is going on?